So, I've been wanting to get back to making actual videos for a week or so here, and I've been making my best effort. I've put out 2. I'm tired of talking about Mr. Dapperton, and it's no longer expedient to hype up the data drop. Instead, we're just going to drop it, which by the time this video is up, it should be after midnight on July 10th of 2018. So you should check out the full data drop, the link of which will be located in the description. I promise you, it's just as juicy as we said it was. Dapperton in particular seems to be just absolutely hell-bent on riding the downward spiral as far as physically possible before he slams into the cold, unfeeling, wet asphalt at the bottom of the shit barrel that is scumbaggery, digging up personal information about me when I was a teenager and attempting to use it to assassinate my character in response to me calling out his multiple logical inconsistencies, making an absolutely autistic comic book where he depicts himself beating up the avatars of his opponents like something you'd see out of a comic strip that Chris Chan drew, and most recently, threatening to file a LOL suit because he got exposed as a doxer. And I think he and Batco have very well finally hit the bottom of that shit barrel with this recent video that they just put out. So Dapperton is claiming that we are in possession of child pornography and that we're withholding the evidence for commercial gain. And this is by far his worst video on us yet, because not only is every single aspect of it wrong, provably so, but also they lied about it deliberately. So this is the absolute maddening desperation we've driven the lefty pole crowd to. LOL suits, drawing comics about beating up the people who've slighted them, and now, just coincidentally, 1 hour before the data drop, attempting to accuse us of a similar charge to what we've discovered about them in a vain attempt to deflect attention off of themselves. So, what is true is that we have recorded evidence of people in the Lefty Pole Discord server soliciting child pornography. None of us, however, have it in our computers, and we immediately reported it to Discord when we found it. And we have conversations spanning over several weeks long before the first stream, let alone before Dapperton's video, saying that we reported what we found to Discord and that we'll report anything else we find to the authorities. There is no child pornography in the Sarbomba data drop. The only reason Dapperton mentioned that was more than likely to try and scare people away from downloading it and viewing the evidence that we provided for themselves. These people are absolutely goddamn fucked, and they know it. Now, to clarify, we're not saying that Dapperton was involved in any of the activity that we caught in the data drop, unlike what he claims that we said. Dapperton is just being used as a pawn by the Lefty Pole and SJW crowd to try and discredit this whole operation. And he's willing to work with them because of how fucking butthurt he is over the fact that some of us went against him. Get a hold of yourself, you big fat fucking baby. Well, actually, now would be a good time for you to legitimately start panicking, since we actually released the data drop now. And now, you sold all your values down the river, and all your friends, just to work with some people who don't even like you, and your fans don't like it at all. Simply because you have a fucking bruised ego. So now, objectively, everyone can see that you backed the wrong horse, and you betrayed your entire community and lied right to your viewers' fucking faces in the process. Rest in piss, Dapperton. You have no one to blame other than yourself for this. And I hope that this bruises your fucking ego as much as it amuses me to see you go down after your behavior this last week. If karma exists, then this is a shining example of it. People who steal candy from children getting a stomachache, people who cheat on their wives developing an STD, and Dapperton stabbing all of his friends in the back out of pride and ego, only for his friends to be proven right, all of his fans leaving him, and the people he was siding with betraying him because they were only using you as a useful idiot. Now, as for you, Batco, I didn't have any expectations for you because you're one of the people involved in the evidence we have in the data drop. And considering that you've previously gone to great lengths to deflect and lie during simple political debates, I in no way would have suspected anything different from you. But you fucked yourself here too, with your own ego as well, which is why I felt it was relevant to bring you up. You saw this narrative you and Dapperton schemed together as a tool to try and intimidate the people involved in this operation, which led to us gathering these rather humorous screenshots, an absolutely hilarious recording of your conversation with somebody involved. Which, by the way, the fact that these were all sent to us before the video Dapperton made was uploaded proves that you and Dapperton were working closely together, so you unwittingly just exposed him as an operative for your damage control campaign. Look at this pompous little shit. This retarded punk motherfucker actually thought that he had some leverage over us here. And what did he do with this little ego trip? He threatened to blackmail us if we went to authorities with our evidence. So aside from the fact that that's what the supposed narrative was about to begin with, and that we don't actually have any in the data drop, he's still gonna blackmail us, ignorant of the fact that none of us have any on our computers, and our data drop contains none. Congratulations, you shit-sucking little worm. You just directly implicated yourself in some criminal charges, and there was never a moment where we weren't holding all the cards. So, let me make it clear to you, you 24-chromosome mongoloid waste of protoplasm. You have absolutely nothing on us, and you failed to damage control the situation. And in the process of thinking you had leverage over us, your ego got the best of you, and you just exposed yourself actually committing a crime.
You guys have the fucking nerve, the absolute fucking audacity to accuse us of being pedophiles. Do you realize what you, do you realize that you could get fucking sued for this shit?
Not at the time.
Do you?
Not at the time, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't know. Yeah, of course you didn't fucking know. Because you're a fucking idiot, that's why. Christ all fucking mighty. What were you thinking? What were you actually thinking that you would actually trust Blue?
Well, I mean,
I want to actually hear this from you. What were you thinking?
I haven't met him before, so...
Oh, you did? Oh, so you didn't meet him before, but you decided to fucking trust him. To listen to both sides of the fucking story, despite the red flags being waved left, right, up, down, diagonal, fucking left, right, and center, and all over the fucking world saying, hey, maybe you shouldn't fucking listen to him. Not just from me, but from people on the libertarian right and the authoritarian right, as well as the authoritarian left. Literally every single person on the fucking political spectrum thinks this guy is full of shit. Everyone except for you.
Yeah, he actually thought that this was his gotcha. Advice for the future, Batco: maybe you should base accusations against people who have dirt on you on more than just hearsay from a private conversation with someone who was involved in collecting the evidence for our data drop, who we sent in specifically to talk with you, just to fuck with you. But then again, after everyone sees the data drop and this video, you more than likely aren't gonna have a future, so that's some rather useless advice there, isn't it? Oh yeah, and did I mention that the person who they got the message that we have a video of CP being distributed in their server was from Zorro, and he provided absolutely no evidence with him. Not only that, but he deliberately gave them false information which we could prove was incorrect, just in the hopes that they'd take the bait in their state of desperation, and they did. Hook, line, and sinker. A lot of the shit they just made up on their own, but the fact that they took the word of someone who was literally on a stream with us discussing the evidence that we have shows how fucking desperate they are to try and deflect and get people looking the other direction when the data drops. I mean, maybe this was a gotcha moment against yourself, considering that we now have evidence of you blackmailing people who you believe are in possession of files proving that a group you're involved in are distributing child pornography in an attempt to try and stop people from reporting on it and taking that shit to the authorities. But you know what, Batco? I fucking dare you to call the police on us like you threatened to. I'll just show them the pictures of you trying to blackmail us and prevent us from going public with our evidence. And then you'll be on their radar. How the fuck do you think that'll look? And that'll probably help us spread the data drop. So no, I don't dare you. I hope you do. That'll help us immensely. Let's make it clear, Batco. Absolutely fucking no one is afraid of you. And it's a riot that you think that we are. I think at worst, some might want to laugh at you, but won't be able to because they're so disgusted with your actions and what you've tried to defend and what you're affiliated with. Overall, the data drop was released, and your most disgusting defamation yet failed. So, you guys fucking lose. And now the entire world knows what you've been up to. And as for you, Dapperton, now you're left with your dick in your hand because you did damage control for a bunch of ISIS-supporting pedophile SJWs. Don't come crawling back to us, Dapperton, because I'm pretty sure that after the shit you just pulled, no one wants to have anything to do with you. I know I sure as fuck don't, but anyway. Thank you all for watching the video. If you liked it, then please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.